Hey everybody, so last night I got to see a movie that I was very excited to see and was anticipating a lot. It's Robert Eggers' The Lighthouse. This movie stars William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. And holy shit, this is by far the best movie I have seen all year. I really don't know where to begin with this one, but I do want to say A24 is continuing their run at releasing amazing movie after amazing movie. I think I said that in my review for Midsommar, but by far they are the best studio in Hollywood. Power 4 studios and independent studios included. Now, let's start off with the easy stuff. Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe turn in powerhouse performances. Pattinson proves that he is a great actor and has completely washed away his history and bad taste in people's mouths with the Twilight movies. And Dafoe needs to be nominated for the Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars. He gives a monologue about halfway through this movie that is nothing short of amazing, mesmerizing, and flat out daunting. My literal only complaint about the entire movie comes in this category. Much like The Witch, which was Robert Eggers' first movie he directed, this is his second, the script uses a lot of language that is very specific to the time period it takes place in. And unfortunately, it is sometimes hard to comprehend what is being said by the characters. And especially for Defoe, it is hard to tell what the hell he is saying sometimes due to his accent. Yes, it works. It makes sense for the time period that they're in. It's just there's a few things, like most movies, like a lot of British movies, it would have been nice to have subtitles so I can follow along and really understand more what the character is saying. That way I'm not left a little bit hanging in a way, even though you're really never left hanging. But like I said, that's my only complaint about this film. Other than that, the script is sharp, surprisingly funny, and works very well. It's a small story, but it does a great job of showing how seclusion can poison a man's mind. And I've said this before, I love when horror movies use sound and music and settings to create its horror. And this movie exceeds at that. The sound design is terrifying and it's put together extremely well. I really don't know what else to say about the subject. I'm not a sound guy. It's not my forte. I can't really critique it. It's kind of hard for me. But the entire movie sounds amazing and really makes the audience feel as if they are there and losing their minds as well. And I can easily see this movie being nominated for a Best Sound Design at the Oscars as well. I'll get to it at the end. All Oscars that I think this movie's going to get nominated for. But I think that's going to be one of them as well. But the directing from Eggers, like I said, deserves a nomination. When I first heard that this movie was going to be filmed in black and white and presented in a 1.19 to 1 aspect ratio, I'm not going to lie, I groaned. I found that annoying. I wasn't excited to see the movie, but I started hearing things after the film festivals, after Venice, after TIFF, that this movie's amazing, and I couldn't wait for it. But these choices worked perfectly in setting the tone and creating a closed-in feeling. And the camera work is superb. The camera is constantly moving. It's pushing in. It's moving up. It's focusing on characters as they're giving a speech and slowly zooming in and moving upwards. So you're more of a 90-degree angle with the character's face. And every transition, it's moving up. It's moving down. It's using blacks and settings and walls to move things forward, to go from scene A to scene B, and it is stunning. I think The Lighthouse is a perfect movie. I really don't have anything to complain about it, besides a few small matters which I've already addressed. I will warn you though, it is not everyone's cup of tea. In fact, I can see a lot of people hating this movie as they leave the theater. I have one friend in mind who I'm going to text and ask her if she sees it to let me know what she thinks. Because I know she's going to have some negative things to say about it. And presumably me and Tyler are going to get very angry at her for not understanding it. But movies aren't her thing. but she also loves The Witch, and I'm not the biggest fan of The Witch, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, it is perfect to me, and I wait in bated anticipation to see if this movie not only pulls in Oscar nominations, but to see if it wins Best Picture, Best Sound Design, Best Director, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Best Actor in a Leading Role. I'm calling it. It's going to get nominated for a few of those 5. This movie gets my 4th 10 out of 10 on the year, but I'm going to call it 3rd 10 out of 10. I'm taking away Joker's 10 out of 10. 7.3 for Joker, but The Lighthouse. Perfect movie. 10 out of 10.